Welcome everybody, my name is Mr. Lawman. This is game number 2. So if you haven't seen game number 1, go ahead and watch that. And I won't spoil it until 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Zynga took game number 1 there. Preposterous. The red Zerg with a nice ZVP was able to get in with an Overlord Scout. See nothing going on, wasn't able to see any because there was nothing. There was a proxy Stargate actually, and from that he kind of determined there might be a proxy Stargate, made a few Spore Crawlers, and was able to successfully defend the Void Ray attack. From there he countered with Lings, and the game pretty much was over at that point, so it was very well done. And now they have Darmok, their Red Terran, coming out, hoping to extend their lead to 2-0. Going to be starting out with that supply depot at the ramp. Going to get that wall in because he is playing against a Zerg player, the blue Zerg, Bobonut, who is playing here for Team GREE. They're looking to tie the series up 1-1. When you're playing best of fives, this game right here is so important because if you go down 2-0, it just puts so much pressure on everyone else. If you can get that 1-1, it kind of inspires a lot of hope. So we'll see what Bobonut can do, and he's going to be scouting all around in the wrong direction, unfortunately. Going to take him forever to get there, and I think a Marine may even be out by that time, or a couple of them. So probably won't get a full scout, but maybe he'll be able to get in, see if there's some sort of expansion going down. I don't see any gas going up yet, so probably not going to be Reapers or anything of that sort, and might just be going for that 1-Rax fast expand, which is ever so safe for that Terran player. Pretty good macro option, and our Zerg player, of course, opening up with a hatch first. So still everything pretty standard at this point, and they're both scouting in the wrong directions, so neither player has some sort of scout advantage. So I actually like this map, Star Station, and the main reason I like it is because it's moving. Ooh, look at that, it moves. But I also think it's just kind of a cool map, just like the design and everything of it. Like, I'm not as much talking about where the bases are laid out. I think that third base is a little tough to defend. Very, very, very open to a lot of flanks from a lot of places. But you do have at least high ground advantage right here, which helps. But there's still just a lot of open area. But I just kind of like the design. I mean, look at how cool all these little like doodads look and all the different terrains and stuff. I just think it's a very well, the terrain at least is very cool. So I'd like to see somebody take this and kind of create maps off of that, or maps off of this sort of all these textures and stuff like that. So Bobonut grabbing a gas a little bit early there. A lot of times you'll see players wait until like 27, 28. Before they grab their first gas, but Bobonut grabbed that pretty quickly, and double gas now coming down for for Darmok, excuse me. His name in game is Marauder King, so I may call him that a couple times. But Darmok, getting that double gas, getting a bunker down now as well. We'll have to see if he throws down a couple more barracks, or what exactly his plan is. Probably going for some sort of 1-Rax into Hellions, I'd imagine. Because he did get those gas so quickly, and did not throw down the extra barracks when he had that money right there. So may even be going for some sort of fast third command center. We'll have to see exactly. 2 Lings heading over to their death. Will they pull away? Yes, they will. As the Marines, scared, run back into the bunker. They're like, no, 2 Lings, get away. And yeah, Bobonut not really doing anything, just grabbing his gas. Another queen on the way, Baneling Nest. I was going to say, where is he going with this right now? Because he's continuing to mine gas, and he already has speed. So this, my friends, is where he's going for this. I'm imagining he's going to stop droning and just start spamming out Lings here pretty soon. Because that's a pretty early Baneling Nest. I don't know if you can call that defensive at that point. I feel like you have to be somewhat aggressive if you're going to take it that quickly. Oh, he's grabbing a third base, though. Interesting. So, a little confusing, I suppose, for me, because it's kind of two different thoughts. Very fast Baneling Nest, so maybe he's just expecting a lot of early Marine pressure, and he wants to get a few Banelings out because he just struggles with holding early Marine pressure. And so, you know what? Some people do that stuff. It doesn't always make the most sense, but sometimes it's how they can win the games, and in the end, that's kind of the important thing. Additionally, if there's a scan that goes down right here, we could see a big reaction from Darmok because he could see this Baneling Nest, be like, oh my goodness, Baneling bust, and just start like throwing up like 5 bunkers and stuff like that. So he will be going into the Hellions at this time, adding on a few more barracks as well. So it looks like he will continue with some sort of bio composition, grabbing stim. And we'll have to see how much damage he can do with the Hellions. There are 3 queens on the map, and now some lings being morphed right here. And they will have speed as well, because speed has finished. So these lings may be able to get a surround on these Hellions. That's exactly what Bobonut will be looking for right there. And Engineering Bay has finished up. We'll see if he's grabbing a quick +1. Yep, there we go. Did grab it right there. And these lings going to try and catch these Hellions, and he will get this round. Both of these Hellions will fall. Very nicely done right there for Bobonut. And he's going to try and sneak into the base as well. There's no supply depot, and so he's going to be able to run in there. But unfortunately, it is blocked up here actually. Is that fully blocked? I think that is. That's such a cool way to block it in, because it completely trapped all of these lings. Bobonut got up here and he's like, no supply depot. Oh yeah, going for the main. And then he ran in here and his unit glitched out because he was blocked up here. And the Hellions just had a lot of fun just tearing apart those lings. So very cool move by Darmok actually to get that wall in across like that. And now he just has this one supply depot to actually wall, and that he can lower and of course raise later on. Very, very interesting. So actually a lot of Marauders coming out. We might see some sort of Marauder Hellion build. There is a reactor though right here. So he's going to continue with the Marines. Going to go for a Marauder Marine Hellion push probably a little bit later, which of course is decently strong. Lings out on the field again for Bobonut. So he says, alright, I see what you're doing there. I got in. I was able to scout your racks. I scouted the 3 racks. I scouted the double tech lab right there, getting both upgrades, and these are actually going to time up pretty well. And if he pushes over right now, he'll have stim, combat shields, and a +1. So I'm imagining a push is coming pretty soon out of Darmok. And Bobonut just chilling with some lings and banes out there. His 3rd base is up. No pressure on that yet. He is getting a Spire though, so he's going to be saving up some resources. So this could be a problem, because if Darmok pushes over at this time, which he's going into Hellbat mode right now, we're actually going to have a Baneling bust attempt right here. Oops, I just glitched out there. I'm not so sure about that from Bobonut. And Darmok is like, alright, that didn't work. Now I'm in a good position. I'm just going to push over. And oh, how good Hellbats are versus Zerglings. This is going to be very, very, very difficult for Bobonut to hold. He doesn't have anything. He just has a few lings, a couple spine crawlers right here. Probably going to be sacking this 3rd base, I would imagine. Just to try and delay at the very least. But is Darmok even interested in going for that? No, he is not. He's just going to go right on in. Just absolutely destroy these spine crawlers. There's a roach worn down. Mutalisk are on the way though, so this will be helpful. How many Marines are there? There's only 6 Marines that are already partially stimmed. So 11 Mutas on the way. If they get out, they will be able to help deal with this army. But oh, how quickly those drones just fell right there. So much damage from this army. The DPS is absolutely insane. And these Mutas really need to get out, because they need to clean up everything right here. They're taking out the Marines left and right, so there will be no more Marines, and he will be able to start cleaning up the Marauders and all of these Hellbats. But they have so much HP, 135 HP each, and 125 for the Marauders. Are going to start taking out the Baneling Nest, maybe start going for some drones as well. There's more units that have streamed over here. Looks like he will be able to clean them up though, as he has a lot of Mutalisk right there, has 11 Mutas. And this is actually going to force back Darmok, and he keeps his 3rd base. So yes, he did fall behind a little bit in the work count, as you can see right there. But now he's got all of this air, and there is really not much anti-air whatsoever on the field. He does have some turrets, so that will at least be somewhat helpful in keeping these Mutas out. But, I mean, he's still going to be able to take out that refinery right there. Maybe get an SCV or 2. Needs to be careful not to lose too many Mutas. And there's really just no anti-air. There's 3 Marines at this point. So not much that he can really do against this. This Muta's going to be able to engage those Marines. There go all the Marines. I mean, this kind of puts Darmok in a situation where he needs to back off and really kind of chill and turtle until he can get some anti-air out and try and take a 3rd base without the proper units. Those Mutas are going to deny that, force that back. And we're just going to see a lot of aggression right here. Did not retake his natural, though. He's actually taking a 4th base instead of just retaking his natural. And Supply Depot will burn to the ground. And these mutas need to be careful. He's losing too many mutas here to just fire from this turret. And almost gets cancel on that. Not quite. And it will go ahead and finish up, actually. But then it's going to burn to the ground if he doesn't repair it. Oh, is he going to get the repair? No, he is not. So he lets the refinery burn to the ground. That was so sad to watch. And Muta's continuing to just fly around. Another Spire on the way. Oh, because he lost his first Spire, didn't he? I believe he did. Yes, he did. So he lost his first Spire. So now he has another one. Lots of drones have been pumped out. Worker count actually even at this point. And Mutas yet again need to be careful. You have to remember they do have that good regen, though. So that is something nice. If he just pulls this one Mutalisk here, he'll be fine. And going to force a full pool on these SCVs. So you can actually watch the Muta regen. It should kick in like 5 seconds after they leave battle, something like that. Maybe it's just faster regen like this. Not exactly sure, but it's faster than before. So they definitely improved the regen rate from before. So I guess this is just how it is. Ooh, needs to be careful as there's a big push now coming out from Darmok, who has massed up enough Marines, it looks like, to be able to do some damage, as well as has these Widow Mines right here. Oh, Muta's running right over. And what else does he have? I think he's been droning. Oh, there's some Lings up in the main base, so he's going to want to use those, try and do some damage. But needs to be careful because Widow Mines just absolutely decimate everything if you get in their path. Third base might be in trouble, but it looks like Darmok just going to be pushing up right up into the main. He hasn't even scouted this third base, I don't think. And Bobanut trying to do whatever he can. Does he have any Banelings? He's morphing the Banelings right now, so they're going to be a lot later than he wants, most likely. There are a couple of Widow Mines that are going to be burning down right now. Mutas and everything need to be careful at this point. And oh, it actually activated on Ling. I thought it activated on a Mutalisk right there. And it looks like now he's going to go for it. He's going to be pooling these Lings. The Baneling's going to be pushing forward. Oh! Huge hits. They missed a few of the Marines, though. They could have actually hit the Marines a little bit earlier, and the Marines were target firing the extractor right there. So it looks like Bobanut's still going to be able to survive, should be able to take out all of these Marauders yet again, and still has his 4 bases. And actually has an Overseer to take out all of these Widow Mines as well. So very nicely done right there. Looks like they got some shots on those drones, though. Third base trying to be secured right here, but Bobanut going for a little bit of a counter push. That is a lot of Marines, though, so I'm not sure he'll be able to really counter that, and needs to be careful. Probably wants to move all of that back right now. Yes, he does. So third base will be secured. Fourth base has finished up for Bobanut, so he's not in a terrible position. I'd say he's slightly behind. The big place that he's behind is upgrades right now. He's just at a 0-1 versus the 0-2, and you never really want to be behind in upgrades against a Terran army. That's always kind of really tough to deal with, especially when you just have these Lings right here. Yet another push here from Darmok on the way. Widow Mine, Marine composition still going in for some hits, and Bobanut's third base has been scouted, and now these drones are going to be basically wiped out unless he pulls them away. There we go. Now he finally does pull them. Still a couple Lings up there. So rally points all over the place right now. And I mean, it looks like right now Bobanut taking a 5th base to mass up what he can. Getting Swarm Host, actually. And going for a counterattack. There are some Hellbats there, though. So they do so much damage versus Lings. That is such a tough thing for Zergs to deal with in Heart of the Swarm. Is the Hellbats with just Lings. You cannot do that. And these Marines facing up against the Mutalisk with the healing over top. Probably not the best thing. Painlings being morphed right here. And going to be able to connect, but not in the most cost-efficient manner. And Darmok going to continue to just push forward. Bobanut has kind of been forced out of his base. Is now in this strange sort of awkward position. He does have Swarm Hosts, though. Where are all the Swarm Hosts? He has 2 up in his base. Does he have... Where's the rest of them? I guess they all died. Oh, no. There's 3 right there. So they're sending their little dudes up there. What are they called now? Locust? Okay, they're still Locust. Sending their Locust. Scans do go down. They're going to be able to take out those Swarm Hosts. There's still 3 Swarm Hosts right here. So he's going to try and save himself, do what he can, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to do. Actually, takes out 1 Widow Mine, almost a second one. Those things are so strong too. 65 health on each of those. But there's just too many Marines, it looks like, right here. I'm not sure that Bobanut really has enough to deal with this. And I feel like we might be seeing 2-0 so far from Zynga, as Bobanut does have this second base up down here. But I mean, even at this point, it's 2 base versus 3 base. He has none of his tech. Just trying to throw down a Roach Warren and Evo Chamber right now. Going to be losing his spawning pool. Overlord's all vulnerable for attack right there, and Darmok most likely going to be pushing in to a victory, as now he's going to start dropping here at this 4th base, taking out that queen. A couple Swarm Hosts pop out, not going to be enough. GG from Bobanut, and that's going to put Zynga up 2-0, looking for that victory in the next game.